Soviet military parades, massive vehicles, look at the tires. North Korea, same. China, same. Why? It looks ceremonial, decorative. Western militaries never did this. The reason has nothing to do with decoration, it is about control. Those white walls are not manufactured, they are painted by hand before every major inspection or parade, by the vehicle's own maintenance crew. Painting the tires takes significant time and skill. The paint must be even, the lines must be precise. Any imperfection is immediately visible from a distance. And that visibility is exactly the point. A commander walking past a line of vehicles can see instantly from 20 meters away whether every crew maintained their vehicle. A clean white wall meant a crew was disciplined, attentive, and took their responsibility seriously. A dirty or peeling white wall meant the opposite. The tire was not decoration, it was a diagnostic tool. One glance told the commanding officer everything he needed to know about that crew's discipline. In Soviet military culture, visible discipline was not optional. It was how loyalty and readiness were communicated. The white tire was part of that language. But the inspection function is only half the story. Parades in the Soviet Union were not just celebrations, they were communications to the world. Military strength made visible on a global stage. When every vehicle in a parade has the same perfectly painted white wall, the visual effect is overwhelming. Precision, uniformity, absolute control. Western intelligence agencies, journalists, and governments watched these parades carefully. The message being sent was not just military capability, it was organizational perfection. A single imperfect tire in a parade of hundreds would stand out immediately. The standard required was absolute. Anything less was failure. Western militaries prioritized operational function over ceremonial appearance. Black tires got dirty, black tires showed wear, nobody cared, they were working vehicles. Soviet culture valued visible collective discipline above individual expression. Every soldier, every vehicle, every tire contributing to a unified image of state power. So why did Western militaries never adopt the white wall, and why did they abandon it when they did use it? White wall tires were actually common in Western militaries before and during World War I. Civilian vehicles had them, military vehicles followed the fashion. World War II ended it. Operational combat made white walls absurd. A tank in the mud has no time for tire painting. The West moved on permanently. Post-war Western military doctrine prioritized operational readiness above ceremonial display. Appearance became secondary to function. The black tire became standard. The Soviet Union drew the opposite lesson. Parades became more elaborate after the war, not less. Displaying power to the world was central to Soviet foreign policy. During the Cold War, every parade was a broadcast. Every white wall tire was a pixel in an image of invincibility being transmitted to Washington, London, and every watching nation. And while Russia has largely moved on, North Korea never stopped. North Korean military parades today are the most elaborate display of white wall tires still practiced anywhere on Earth. The paint is perfect, the lines are sharp. In a country where food shortages are documented, military tires receive immaculate maintenance. For North Korea, the parade is the primary communication to both domestic population and foreign governments. Every detail carries political weight. The soldiers who maintain those tires know that imperfection is not tolerated. The white wall is not just a tradition, it is a loyalty test. Here is the deepest layer of this story. The tire was never about the tire. In Soviet and communist military culture, the individual soldier or crew did not matter independently. What mattered was the collective image of the state. A painted tire requires no special skill, no special equipment, only time, attention, and obedience. Those are precisely the qualities these militaries needed to demonstrate. Modern Russia uses white walls selectively, primarily on ceremonial parade vehicles. Operational military vehicles run on standard black. The symbolism survives, but the discipline requirement has softened. The difference between Russia today and North Korea today tells you something about where each country sits on the spectrum from military pragmatism to political performance. Black tires say, "We are ready to fight." White wall tires say, "We are ready to be seen." Both are military statements. They are just aimed at different audiences. That white stripe on a military tire is not paint. It is a philosophy, a political statement, a discipline system, and a Cold War broadcast all compressed into one sidewall. The soldier painting that tire was not decorating a vehicle, he was communicating his crew's readiness, his unit's discipline, and his country's power, all at once. North Korea still sends that message today, and now you know exactly what it says. The smallest details in any military are never accidental. Every color, every stripe, every polished surface is a decision made by someone who needed to communicate something without words. Next time you see a military parade, look at the tires before you look at the rockets. The tires will tell you more about the culture behind the military than anything mounted above them. Subscribe to Simple Things Hidden Truths. We find what is hiding inside the things you walk past every day.